Hi, I'm Hayley, owner of ID Pilates and idpilates.online, and today I want to talk to you about how you're supposed to breathe in a Pilates class and when you're doing Pilates exercises. We will focus on two specific kinds of breathing that help you a little bit more in different types of exercises. So in Pilates, there are exercises where we're moving through full ranges of motion and mobilizing the spine, and in other exercises, we're doing more stability work where we're trying to hold the spine and the pelvis stable. And we're going to use two different breaths to facilitate the engagement that you need more in each exercise. The first type of breathing I want to focus on is our diaphragmatic or 360 breathing, where we're getting more expansion through the ribs and down through the belly, where we don't need a sustained abdominal engagement. So let's focus on that first. I want you to take your hands and place them around your ribs, feeling the sides and the backs of the ribs. And then I want you to try to relax your abs. See if you can let any maybe engagement or sucking in or anything that you have go. If sitting down on the floor is not comfortable for you, please feel free to do this either laying on your back or seated in a chair. So we're going to find that position with the hands wrapped around the ribs. Check in and make sure you haven't thrust your rib cage forward and open, that they're as relaxed and neutral as they can be here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take an inhale into the sides and the backs and the fronts of the ribs and let our belly expand with the movement of the inhale. And then on your exhale, I want you to do a little bit of a forced exhale. So you breathe every little bit of air out, and that's going to facilitate the abdominal engagement we need to do something like a roll up or a roll over or even pushing up from a squat. Let's try that again. So the inhale is going to relax the abdominal engagement, expand the ribs, expand the belly, and then the exhale is going to push every last bit of air out. Good. Let's try that exact breathing with just an abdominal curl exercise. So go ahead and find yourself down laying on your back. And we're going to use that full exhale and inhale to facilitate the flexion of the spine we need to do an abdominal curl. So go ahead and bring your hands behind your head, your elbows wrapped forward and up slightly so that your shoulder blades are wrapped around the back. Take a full inhale, no abdominal engagement, just let the belly and the ribs expand. And then breathe through your mouth, exhale. Every little bit of air out as you're flexing up. And in Pilates, we're looking for flow. So as soon as you're done exhaling, you're inhaling as you lower back down. And you do not need to keep your abs really tight the whole time. We can let them go because we're letting go of the engagement, right? Let's try that again. Exhale to curl up. Breathe every last bit of air out of that belly. The belly should actually flatten and not push up because that deep exhale, that full forced exhale is giving us that deep core engagement we need to get a flat belly. And then your inhale lets you come down and you release. Let's take two more like that. Exhale to curl up, breathe every last bit of air out, force it out. And then when you're done exhaling, you have no more air left. You're inhaling to lower it down. And then let's take that one more time. Exhale, curl up, breathe every last bit of air out, push that air out of your mouth. And then full inhale, expanding the ribs, expanding the belly as you release it back down. Awesome, nice work. Now the second type of breathing that you are going to need to focus on in a Pilates class is more of a lateral or rib cage breathing, where we breathe more shallowly and get expansion through the sides of the ribs a little bit more so that we can keep a sustained abdominal engagement. Let's find a comfortable seated position or laying flat on your back first and focus on that. We're going to bring the hands back to the ribs, and I want you to really feel the sides of your ribs. We're going to take that first breath again. Take an inhale, let everything expand. And then on your exhale, breathe every little bit of air out, force that exhale out, and feel a tightening in your abdomen. So there's a narrowing across the hips, a narrowing across the waist. Our deep core is activated. Sustain that. Hold that position and just inhale laterally into your ribs. It's more shallow. Our belly is not expanding. And then on your exhale, you'll deepen that connection. So there's more narrowing between the hips, more narrowing of the waist, more tightening in that abdomen, and then take the inhale again just into those lateral ribs. And then exhale, deepen, belly to spine, spine to belly, narrow the waist. Let's try just that one more time. Inhale into those side ribs. And then exhale, belly to spine to belly, narrowing that waist. Awesome. So this type of exercise, this more shallow lateral breathing where we're holding a sustained abdominal engagement, is the Same type of breath you will need when you're doing an exercise like the 100 or a plank or anything where you need to hold your abs strong to keep the stability of the spine the whole entire exercise. Let's go ahead and practice this lateral ribcage breathing with sustained abdominal engagement in a fundamental Pilates exercise. We're going to go ahead and do toe taps. Go ahead and lay down on your back and find a neutral spine position with a neutral pelvis and the natural curves of your spine present. We're going to let those arms rest. Actually, put your hands down onto your hips. And I want you to let your fingertips be sitting right inside of those hip bones so you can feel the abdominal engagement. We're going to float the right leg up to tabletop position. Nice neutral pelvis. Bring the left leg up to meet it. Let's take one big breath in. And then exhale and narrow the space between the hips. Tighten the belly. Draw your abdominals in and up. From there, we are going to hold that engagement. Take an inhale, but just laterally expand the ribs. And then exhale, tap your right foot down. Inhale more into the ribs. Exhale, tap the left down. We're going to keep moving through these toe taps. I want you to go a little quicker as one comes up, the other goes down. And notice that you have to keep your abs strong while your ribs are doing the expansion. Just a more shallow breath pattern there while we keep the belly strong and engaged and not expanding. Laterally breathing into those ribs. And then exhaling and resetting that connection a little bit more every time. Inhale. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Feel a wrapping around your belly like there's a corset around your waist, getting that deepest core muscle activated the whole time. One more set. And then go ahead and place one foot down at a time. Relax the abdominal engagement and let everything go. Nice work. So there you go. There are the two main types of breathing that you will use in a Pilates class. Either a more full diaphragmatic breath when you're moving through exercises of spinal mobility, or a more sustained abdominal engagement, lateral ribcage breath when you need to keep your spine and your pelvis stable and hold abdominal engagement throughout the exercise.